Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's Harry from Spurs TV here, and I'm here to talk about the FA Cup draw. Now, normally I wouldn't do a video like this because the FA Cup draw isn't that exciting, but Spurs have got Man City at home in the next round of the FA Cup. So I'm here to talk about the game. The game will fall on the weekend of the 27th of January, which is actually shortly before my birthday and shortly before the window closes, ironically. And I'm just here to talk about the game and what I think about the draw. Okay, on paper, like many, I'm quite scared of this game. I'm not going to say I'm not. City have a good history of winning the cups and winning the cup games. You know, they tend to win at least one domestic cup each year. I think since Pep's been here, if I'm being honest. So it's not exactly going to be the easiest tie, but Spurs are at home. So just for the fact we're at home to City, to me, kind of brings me a bit more encouragement because City, touch wood, have yet to score a goal at the new stadium. So we have that as an advantage. But we do play more open football this time, which is what resulted in us conceding 2 away to them earlier this season. And some people point out we'll be without Son, among other players. I think Werner would sign by this point because and I will do a video on Werner, this will probably come out later on. And yeah, I think it's good and a bad draw. It's good because Spurs are at home. And I think that's where we have the advantage. And like I said, the record before about the City not doing well at the new stadium plays into Spurs' hands, especially in a cup tie. Now, I'd argue if Spurs don't win this I say home leg, it's not really how it works though. If they don't win this, I don't know if there's replays now, but if there was, I wouldn't come to going to Etihad for a second time. But Spurs have to win this game in the sense of, I think if Spurs do beat City, it's going to sound crazy coming from someone like me, but they'll probably be made favourites of the FA Cup if they beat Man City. And we should believe if Spurs beat Man City, and like obviously it has to happen, that they can go on and win the FA Cup. If Spurs could beat Man City this time, they can go on and win it. Because Man City, everyone knows, are the strongest team left, really, in the whole competition. I know Liverpool's still in, and I think they've got a home tie to Norwich. But Spurs, if they beat Man City, I think they can start looking at thinking, look, we can actually go and do this. You know, win a first trophy in like 15 years. So this game is actually massive. I've noticed a lot of these teams this season, especially teams like United. So I'd argue, took it seriously the other night with that team we put out. It was the strongest team we could put out. The FA Cup's looking like a cup trophy that teams are taking a lot more seriously this year compared to last. And Spurs should be doing the same. I don't want, even though I've got Brentford the next game, it's a home game as well again, but there's a 2-week break, or now it'll be like a 13 to 12 to 14, 12 to 14 week day break in between United, which is next Sunday, and the FA Cup game, because there is a winter break. Now, I don't know which days. The reason I said 12 to 14 is because it could fall on the Friday night. It's very possible. It happened with Burnley after all, and which was the first game of January with Spurs. But then they could put it on the Saturday morning. They could put it on the Sunday night, because Spurs Man City will arguably be the biggest tie in this, and it's no surprise really. But can Spurs do it? Yes, Spurs can beat Man City at home, but they have to do it. And if they do, then we can start talking about actually winning this thing. I'm not even joking. So let's go out and actually beat Man City again, as we normally do at home. Ange may have to tweak his system a bit. And I know people say we're missing Son and blah, 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 but Werner coming in, we'll see what he does, because that's almost a done deal. But it's important that we have a centre-half in by then. And I'm not saying the last minute, I'm saying we have really ideally in before United. So before Friday, Draxler has to sign. And the deal was really, excuse the pun, dragging on. But to me, this time makes it even more important that Spurs need to get a centre-half in now. Because this time is ticking. The longer you leave it, the centre-half will miss United and possibly now this game. Spurs dilly-dally and carry on like this. So Dragusin is even more important for this match. I think Romero might be back, but who knows? I think he's out for like a month. It says end of the month, so he probably won't make this, in my opinion. But Van de Ven, I think, will be fine for this. But yeah, we'll see. It's a big tie. It's the biggest tie of the round. The Spurs have to go out and show that they actually deserve to win the FA Cup. If they don't beat City, then forget it. I know, I don't know if there's replays in this, but if Spurs beat Man City, they should believe they should win the FA Cup. And come on, you Spurs.